All right, welcome back. Today, we're doing something a little different. Forget the patch notes, we're breaking out the armchair psychology. We're going to dig into this absolutely hilarious analysis that roasts Dota 2 players based on the one thing they can't hide, their main hero. So yeah, get ready, because it's about to get personal. Let's just dive right in.
Okay, picture this. You load into a match, right? You hover over that comfort pick. You know the one. The hero you've got hundreds, maybe thousands of games on. And you're telling yourself, yeah, this is a smart, tactical decision. You're thinking about the draft, the meta, what your team needs.
But what if that's not the whole story? What if that hero choice says something way deeper about you? Like, what if your main is basically a mirror, reflecting all your real-life quirks, your personality, and even your weirdest social habits? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into today.
All right, first up, let's talk about a group we're calling the methodical minds. These are the players who don't just see Dota as a game, oh no. To them, it's like a science experiment, or maybe a life philosophy, or even just a really, really serious to-do list.
Kicking things off, we have the Earth Spirit main. You know this person. They apply like a PhD level of focus and dedication to things that absolutely do not matter at all. I'm talking about the person in an arcade literally calculating the optimal arm angles for a game of skee-ball. It's taking silly things stupidly seriously. And you know what? There's a weird kind of genius to it. You kind of have to respect the hustle.
Then you've got your Earthshaker players. These guys are all about the big moments. The 5-man echo slams, the plays that end up on YouTube, they live for that highlight reel. But here's the funny thing, the paradox, right? If you only care about those massive peaks in life, what about all the stuff in between? Turns out, if you ignore the valleys and the plateaus, you can actually become a pretty boring person.
And what about the Elder Titan player? Oh man, these people are so secretive, so guarded. They know their hero is secretly broken and they are not telling a soul. And this totally bleeds into their real life. Ask them for their special chicken recipe? Nope. Ask them what their car payment is? Forget it. They have to have an edge on everyone at all times.
And rounding out this group, we've got the Enigma main. And this is a wild combination. I'm talking about someone with the organizational skills of a Fortune 500 CEO. To-do lists, a fancy pen, the whole deal. They're juggling a million things. But they're also the first person to drop $1,000 on VIP tickets to Bonnaroo. They live for the huge, life-altering moments, the black holes. But they also love the grind, the monotony. They're a responsible tech bro, a responsible freak, really.
Okay, let's shift gears. Our next group, let's call them the center of attention. You know the type. It's their game, and we're all just living in it. These are the protagonists, the show-offs.
First in this category is the Ember Spirit main. This is your classic, nostalgic pessimist. They're the person who always thinks everything was better, like a year and a half ago. Movies, music, Dota, you name it. And here's the most infuriating part. They're usually right. But man, being right all the time while complaining makes you a real killjoy, you know.
Okay, now let's talk about the Faceless Void player. This person doesn't just want the spotlight, they absolutely need it. They only come alive when the stakes are ridiculously high. And what drives them? A deep, primal fear of embarrassment. Seriously, the fear of missing that chronosphere is the very thing that keeps them from getting embarrassed. It makes them super intense, probably really successful, but also definitely not the person you want to hang out with for a casual game night.
And, oh boy, we have to talk about Invoker players, of course we do. This is just pure, unfiltered arrogance and hubris. They sweated and struggled for hundreds of games to learn this hero, but now they act like it's the easiest thing in the world. They refuse to admit it's difficult because they think that pretending it's simple makes them look cooler. It's all just ego, man, pure ego.
Gyrocopter mains are something else. It's like there are two totally different people playing this hero, and there's no middle ground. On one side, you've got the nitpicker. This person is the first to point out a tiny mistake and would much rather stew in a problem than actually solve it. They kind of prefer being mad. Then on the other side, you've got the old soul. This person has a weird fascination with old country singers or something similar, and they're all about multiplication, not addition. They go from 0 to 100, like that Dare ad kid who goes from nothing to a full-blown crack house. Two extremes.
All right, time for our final group, and we're calling them the wild cards. Because with these players, you just never, ever know what you're going to get. Their personalities are about as predictable as a 5v5 team fight inside the Rosh pit with no vision.
So, hoodwink players. These are the puzzle addicts. Big fans of crosswords, Sudoku, you name it. They're definitely bragging about their Wordle score in the group chat. But have you ever noticed they only post their good results? They'll never show you that 6 out of 6 failure.
Their whole sense of pride is tied up in this image of being a puzzle master. It's clever, for sure, but maybe a little insecure.
And then there's the Huskar main. Oh boy. This is the person with absolutely zero, and I mean zero, understanding of other people's emotions. They don't mean to start drama, they just do. They'll say something that totally crosses the line, and then when you get upset, they're just like, wait, why are you mad? They are genuinely confused. It's not malicious, it's just a complete and total lack of social tact.
Enchanters players are a lot like gyro mains. It's a tale of two brains. First, you've got the impetus maxer. This is a lovable, smooth-brained person who giggles like a caveman when a bug splats on the windshield. Just pure, simple joy. They're fun on a road trip. They get to ride shotgun. Then, you have the enchant specialist. This person is incredibly intelligent, totally solution-oriented, but they are terrible at helping people with their problems. Socially awkward. Guess what? They are not invited on the road trip.
Last but not least, the Juggernaut main. This person has built their entire life philosophy around misunderstanding a Bruce Lee quote. You know the one about practicing one kick 10,000 times? They took that way, way too literally. They genuinely believe that mastering just 5 to 10 fundamental skills is the key to everything in life. They're out here misquoting Marcus Aurelius to justify their very, very steadfast pursuit of some pretty mediocre goals. So, after all that, after all these roasts, what's the takeaway? It's that the hero selection screen isn't just a menu of tools to win a game. It's basically a mirror. It reflects our habits, our egos, all our weirdest little quirks. It shows us who we are, or maybe, just maybe, who we wish we were. So the next time you queue up for a game and your mouse is hovering over that hero portrait, just take a second. Think about it. Are you the methodical mind, the center of attention, the wild card? Who are you choosing to be in that moment? And what does that choice really say about you?